Hopefully, you have filled out your insurance card and have given it to your doctor, because it's time for your favorite quarterly podcast. It's the Seasonal Anime Checkup, the summer edition. I'm Jared once again, and as always, joined by your favorite senior anime editor, Elena.
Stop calling me that.
How are you doing on this fine summer day?
Enjoying my last day of unemployment.
Yeah. Getting a job.
Yeah.
Jobs.
Yeah. Need that.
You know, you are the only person on the Markout Darkout network that has been a host on 2 different podcasts besides me. You were very prestigious in this whole thing.
Cool.
So we're back once again, as we are, 4 times a year, because that's the way I decided to do this podcast for some reason, to, talk about some animes. We're going to discuss, what we watched in the springtime, which, not a lot.
Nope.
Maybe discuss what exactly we watched out of season, if anything that we remember, and then we'll preview the extravagant, crazy summer 2014 anime season, which there's a lot of shit.
Hot bangers.
Hot bangers. That is it's a very good way to describe this. So I guess let's start off with what exactly we watched in spring 2014. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I started off with 5 or 6 shows and then just wound up with 3.
I think I started with 4, and now I'm only down to 1.
Wow.
Yep.
So what is the one show you're watching?
Haikyuu.
Okay, yeah. AKA volleyball anime.
AKA volleyball anime.
Volleyball anime is very good.
It's awesome.
I also have been following along with that, and that was one of the shows I wasn't even going to watch originally. And I think you texted me about it and said it was good, and I was like, I'll give this a shot. And it's like, this is one of the shows I stuck with. Gives you all the adrenaline and drama of a sports anime.
Yeah, and I like the character designs a lot.
Yeah.
Everyone's so cute.
It's a nice looking show. It's very bright.
It is. Orange hair.
I've been thinking lately, about how sports animes are and how you could transition that to actually watching sports. And I just don't think there's really a good 1-to-1 ratio on that. Because, they have all this drama and then it's so here's some sports. The only thing I can actually equate that to is if you transition from sports anime into professional wrestling. Because it balances both of those out. I mean, it has all this shitty drama and storylines, and then there's action. So action.
Yeah.
And maybe MMA too, because they try to hamstring some storylines together every now and then. If they have to have charismatic enough people they're fighting.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Hmm.
There's one guy who just recently retired who's basically a character from pro wrestling in mixed martial arts. He would talk the craziest shit about people.
Stardust.
No, it's not Stardust.
I don't know anything. I just see a gif of this man in glittery face paints, and he does
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, okay, wrestling.
Yeah.
Because apparently I follow a lot of people who are into wrestling on Tumblr. Yeah.
Wrestling's weird.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, that's basically all you watched was Haikyuu. Haikyuu?
Q. Yep.
Okay.
Q.
I want to say haiku, but I'm like, that's just a poem.
Haiku!
That's definitely not it. So, I guess I watched more stuff than you, which kind of feels weird.
I just wasn't into it.
Yeah.
Wasn't feeling it. Baby steps, snail space, man.
Yeah. I like Baby
Snail
Steps
space.
mostly just because I've played tennis before, and that show is very realistic with how they portray the sport of tennis. It's creepily realistic where I'm like, I've done this kind of stuff before. I know exactly what they're doing. It's bringing back war flashbacks. I'm like, oh god, no, not these warm-ups. But yeah, it's very slow paced. I think it's kind of ramping up now since it's in mid-season.
Okay.
So.
But maybe I'll come back to it. I don't know. But
The main character is actually winning games, and he's now in the quarter or semifinals of a tournament. So.
Oh, good for him.
But I think they've kind of over.
Eiichiro, right?
Yeah, they've kind of like advanced that whole like show in a year essentially.
Yeah, there was a crazy time
Yeah,
skip.
so
Good, I practiced hitting a ball against the wall for an entire year.
yeah, pretty much.
Absolute control.
Done a lot of hitting against the wall before. Done a lot of that.
Fun.
Yeah. And yeah, so Baby Steps and Haikyuu, those are both
Haikyuu.
going to extend into summer anime because they think they got a full 25 at least. But it's sports anime. It could go to fucking 50 for all we know.
Yep.
Because I think one shows I kind of started watching in winter, but then dropped off like after 2 episodes is still going on. It's like 30 episodes in.
I know Yowamushi Pedaru is still going on. It's definitely more than 26. And I started watching that too, but then also Snail's Pace Syndrome happened to that, and I was just like, I'll pick it up later or something.
It's just bicycles anyways.
But it's really good. I really like the main character.
So it's one of those you could probably like pop back in, be like,
Yeah,
or just catch it back on the backlog.
exactly.
And then I also watched 1 Week Friends because I needed a shitty romantic type show to watch during the season.
I didn't want my feelings to hurt, so I didn't even try with that one.
Yeah. That show is really good though, even though it will kick your ass emotionally at times.
Yeah, I just was like,
So basically, the premise of that show was there's a girl who basically she had a traumatic incident back in like elementary school to where she can't remember friends after a week, and one of the guys in her class is trying to become friends with her because she's like so standoffish and cold to everyone, and it kind of like just goes through like their relationship, and then about 8 episodes in, they bring in like a character from her past, and I was like, they're gonna fucking turn this into like a shitty, triangle relationship, which thankfully they really don't do. It's more like they bring him in to kind of like flesh out like exactly what happened to her and like flesh out her past a lot more. So, and it all ends pretty happily, even though it's 12 episodes, and I think the manga's still going on. So it's one of those.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I really like that show. I thought it was pretty good.
Cool.
Yeah. So there's your spring anime 2014 update.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff. I got a few episodes in, but I was just like,
Yeah. I watched Captain Earth, which was like a mech anime. That is very pretty looking. Like it feels like more like a true HD show than, most shows actually do. But I kind of fell off like halfway through watching it just because nothing was really happening. And then I watched like some shitty comedy anime, and it was more just like, here's some shitty jokes and some fan service, and I was like, yep, okay, whatever.
Done with that.
Yeah.
Tried watching giant Japanese title. Mahou ga Koukou no Retose.
Yeah.
Which is like, it's so awkward to translate it. It's like the poor student at Magic High School.
I think I remember you telling me about this.
It's the way they animate magic is really cool, but just there's so much bullshit terminology that they throw around that I can't really follow it. It reminded me, in that sense, a lot of Shakugan no Shana, which I liked. I mean, it's not the best, but I kind of was always interested in that. But reminds me, at the beginning of that series, they throw a lot of random ass bullshit of the world at you, and they don't like explain any of it.
I really like random ass bullshit of the world.
Yeah. So it's like Final Fantasy 13, where you basically need a fucking encyclopedia to figure out what anyone's talking about.
Oh Lord.
Yeah. And I was like, I'm just not into it.
Yeah.
So.
That could be the motto for spring 2014. I just really wasn't into it.
I mean, there's stuff like, ping pong anime looks really cool.
That art style looks really different.
Awesome. I like that. I like different.
Mm-hmm.
But.
And that's on.
I don't know. I guess it
probably doesn't help that that's on like Funimation as well. So if you have Crunchyroll, you're kind
of
fucked. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's why I couldn't watch Soul Eater Not.
Was that not on Crunchyroll?
No, it's Funimation has that.
Okay.
Which, as it's a like shitty spin-off story of Soul Eater.
Mm-hmm.
But I fucking love me some Soul Eater. Fucking love me some Soul Eater.
So regardless, you would have watched that.
Maybe, yeah.
Or at least tried it out eventually, like originally.
Yeah.
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 So that's spring 2014. Eh. So, backlog stuff. Do you remember anything you watched on your backlog in the past, 3 months?
Yeah. Noragami,
Yes.
which was awesome.
Yeah, definitely. I originally started watching that back in fall or winter, whenever that originally first aired. Like, I watched, like, the first 2 episodes of it, and then for some reason I just kind of just fell off of it. Because I'm just bad with that type of thing. And you started watching it all the way through, and then that got me to rewatch it. And yeah, that's pretty good anime. Pretty good show. And I do believe they're actually, if I look on my list here, that's the wrong list. There is another bonus episode that they're coming out with sometime this summer, spring, summer, this season.
Cool.
I think it's just one of those, hey, buy the DVD, you get this bonus thing, yeah.
Yeah. I liked it so much that I hate when they end it right there and the manga's still going on. So I'm all caught up on the manga now, and it's really nice.
And you did say that like they end that show completely different than like how the manga goes, right?
Yeah, well, it is animated by Bones, and Bones has a history of doing that. I mean, look at the first Full Metal Alchemist.
Yeah. Did you ever watch the OVA they did for that show? Which is really weird.
No, but you told me about it, and I've definitely read the manga chapter it's based on. So I know what it's about.
That episode, though, is just really strange because it gets, like, randomly fan servicey, which the show really didn't do much. It just seemed, like, completely off. Like, it was just, like, done by someone else or something.
No, it's in the manga.
Yeah. Did you watch anything else, backlog-wise, or was that pretty much...
Yeah, I did once I came home and have nothing to do. I went back and, like, this old anime called Karekano, or His and Her Circumstances. It's very kind of classic shoujo anime about a girl who kind of puts off this persona of being the perfect model student.
Yeah.
But inside, she's just kind of feeds off of people giving her compliments and stuff, and she's really vain. And, boy sees right through that. And it's a love story and stuff like that, and he helps him out too. It's really good. Gainax animates it, so Hideki Anno, same guy who did Evangelion, did it. So it's very different. It's how they animate everything.
Yeah.
One time they'll actually use real footage and kind of like pencil people in. Yeah, they'll just like say if they're going to school.
Like just use like stock photo backgrounds, or
kind of, yeah. They'll just film a pathway of like a Japanese path to school, and then they'll pencil characters in talking and stuff, or they'll do it completely in a manga style. Yeah. It's
not like Metal Gear Solid 2 where there's just random stock video of New York everywhere.
No. But yeah, it's really it's a really interesting direction, I think, to take with a shoujo story.
Yeah.
And that's why I started it when I was in Japan, and then I kind of stopped, and then I was like, well, I kind of want to watch something older. So I picked that up and I finished it. And something I started a few days ago is Arakawa Under the Bridge, which is animated by Shaft. It's a comedy.
So there's a lot of head tilts in it.
A lot of cut to eye opening, girl head tilts, cut to something that has nothing to do with what they're talking about. So it's about this guy, this like heir to one of the greatest companies in Japan, and he lives by this model that he cannot be in debt to anybody. So one day, this girl who claims to be from Venus saves his life, so he's in debt to her forever, pretty much. And he asks what he can do with her, and she's like, why don't you become my lover?
So it's like, oh, my goddess.
Nah, not really. Because it's way weirder.
That show's pretty weird.
Yeah, but she makes him live under a bridge with her.
Okay, yeah. Weirder.
And he meets all these other residents that live under the bridge, which includes this guy who claims to be a kappa, or like this mythical Japanese creature, which is basically a very mean-spirited turtle.
Mm-hmm.
But it's you could see it's just a guy in a costume. You can see the zipper, and he's like, you're not an actual kappa, and he's like, you don't know that. just like the girl who saves his life claims to be from Venus, and there's all sorts of weird colorful characters, like this cross-dresser who dresses as a nun, but he's like this big military guy, and everyone calls him Sister.
All right.
Yep. A guy with a star for a head. Yeah, it's really weird, but I love Staff's direction. So
I love those staff infections.
Yeah. Woo. So it's been fun to watch so far. It's something I've been meaning to watch for a while.
Yeah. So is that basically your backlog?
Yeah, there's nothing else I can really remember. I haven't really been, you go through the phases where you're like, oh, I'm really into anime right now.
Yeah.
Or I'm really into video games right
Yeah.
now. E3 just happened, and I was like real deep into Skyrim, so I wasn't really giving anime much attention, I guess.
Yeah.
Or right now, apparently, I'm really into watching everything Anthony Bourdain ever made.
Well, I mean, you did just come out playing every single Metal Gear game, so you got like a hint of anime with that.
Yeah. It's just like
I was once an
Japanese
anime
animes.
otaku.
I was once an anime otaku.
I was really into science fiction anime.
Do you know why I got into building robots?
Why did you get into building robots?
Because I'm a Japanese otaku man. Call me Otacon.
Fuck.
You fucker.
I do love like every single game that they have him in there. It's like at the very end of the credits, like, Otacon is a registered trademark used with permission. Yeah.
That's great. Holy stuff.
I'm sure we could go like hours into deep Metal Gear philosophy and discussion.
I already forgot everything.
Yeah, pretty much.
Don't ask me.
Just question everything I say. That's Metal Gear for you.
Questions.
Yes. So my backlog, I think I just started Durarara like when we last recorded, and then I finished that up, which I think that show has a way better start than it does an end, but there's still some good like twists and turns near the end, but it kind of, just comes together like these three factions go to war with each other, and then that all happens and the show ends. And that show's coming back like in fall or winter, so now is a good time if you haven't watched it to watch it, I guess, if you want to. And then
I never get into that show.
Yeah.
It started.
I mean, the way it has like a weird start, I think doesn't really help it, but if you watch it through like as a whole, it definitely it helps better, because every single like first 12 episodes is basically, here's this character, here's their story, here's what they're doing, here's why they do what they do, and then they basically just do that for 12 episodes until it comes to like a culmination, and then you find out like the leader of the dollars essentially, and everything's like, what, and then after that, like the show kind of like just goes on like a normal show. But yeah, and then after that, on your recommendation, I watched My Little Monster, or whatever the hell the Japanese name of that is.
Tonari no Kaibutsukin.
Yeah, what she said. That's cute, dumb anime.
Yeah, I liked it a lot.
Fulfills my quota for that, but then it's like only 12 episodes and doesn't really give you a fulfilling conclusion.
You just want more.
Yeah.
Yep.
Let's see. I don't really know like what's else. I did just recently re-pick up and finish Hamatora, which I'd started like when I started back in winter, and that was kind of like what I was watching with Noragami, and then I just dropped both of those for some reason. And that show's coming back this summer, so like literally the next season is supposed to be like the continuation of that. Because essentially they did 12 episodes in winter, and then they ended with a to be continued, and then they just take spring off, and I guess this is like the culmination of it.
Alright.
So I guess it's kind of one big season, but not really. That show is really interesting, though. I think it's it reminds me if you took like the powers from like Darker Than Black, and then mixed that with the setting of Psycho Pass, that would be Hamatora.
I like those things.
Yeah. I think you would like it.
Okay.
And yeah, there's a pretty good twist at the end of it. So I'm very excited to see where they go with that show next season. And then I watched one episode of The Devil is a Part-Timer because Chris would not stop talking about that show, about how good it is.
Oh, yeah.
And I watched one episode, then I was like, oh yeah, I completely forgot about the show. And then he did want me to mention Blood Lad.
It does have to do with vampires.
I would assume so. Sorry, buddy. But hey, there's your one mention. And that's the backlog portion of this podcast. Because I don't think I've watched anything else out of season. Unless I'm just completely forgetting. That's a possibility. It's been like 3 months. Don't judge. So, let's get to the meat and gritty of this podcast.
Holy shit,
Summer
man.
2014, aka holy shit, how are they cramming this many good shows into one season?
Fuck.
I'm going to go ahead and just ask you, what are you looking forward to in summer 2014?
Dude, I don't know what I'm gonna do. Everything looks really good.
How many shows do you think you're going to be watching?
Let me, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
So 7, 8, ooh.
9.
Good lord.
10, 11, 12. Oh,
Jesus!
Okay. That's probably will be true. I'm definitely gonna watch maybe the first episode of things.
Yeah.
See if I like it or not.
I highly doubt you'll come back in like 3 months and be like, yeah, here's the 12 shows I watched.
That's 14 maybe. Yeah. Well, I can tell you one thing that I'm definitely gonna watch.
Tell me one thing you're definitely gonna watch.
That I've been waiting for about 13 years.
Also, compared to you, I have like 8 shows that I'm gonna dip my foot in, but that could change too, because we were on Tumblr a lot, and we could see stuff that are like, that looks kind of cool. I'll check this out.
Cool.
Yeah.
Basically, what I've been learning since I first heard of anime.
Yes.
Bishojo Sensei Sailor Moon Crystal.
Yes.
Fuck.
Which there's a show that's actually kind of in my backlog, because I've been actually watching Sailor Moon when they put it up on Hulu.
Sorry.
I'm gonna blame you for that,
Yeah, you can. Well, Sailor Moon is my gateway drug to anime.
I think I can firmly say that I never would have been able to appreciate that show if I'd have watched it back when I was a kid.
Mm-hmm.
Like I do now, because holy shit, that show is super dumb and goofy, but in the right ways.
Yep.
Yep. Fuck. Tuxedo Mask is the best character in that show.
Yeah. Throw a rose, drop a one-liner, bye.
That's exactly what he does. He's like, hey, what's up? You're kind of a piece of shit. Later.
Don't give up.
Or, he's driving a bus through a portal. He just randomly shows up and like, hey, guys, I'm going to drive this out of here.
I have to show you. You need to watch the second movie because there's a part, because it takes place in the winter, like during Christmas time.
Mm-hmm. Is that the part where he's dressed as Santa? He's like, Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Yep.
That might be my favorite Sailor Moon gif.
Yep.
I did like how the last 2 episodes I watched was the Sailor chicks, whatever you call them, Guardians. I don't know what the English translation is because I forget.
Well, I mean, in the original dub, it was Sailor Scouts.
Okay.
But the word in Japanese is senshi,
which
literally means warrior.
Okay, that sounds pretty fucking cool.
Yeah. Warrior.
It was when they were taking on like their first big main villain, Jadite, the blonde-haired dude, and Tuxedo Match just really comes in. He's like, "I'm gonna fight you," and then literally they just dive each other, and then they just go in the water, and you don't see Tuxedo Mask until like the end of the episode. But that episode literally has like a great like undertone to it, because like the guy comes up and he was like, "You guys need a man to fight for you? What the fuck are you?" And then fucking Sailor Moon's like, "We don't need a man. Go fuck yourself. We're gonna kick your ass."
Yep.
I was like, "That's fucking awesome."
Yeah. You see?
And then the next episode, I actually got to see Tuxedo Mask fight with his long pole thing.
His cane.
Yeah, I was like, where was he hiding this the whole time?
I'm kind of sad the anime doesn't have, like, in the manga, he has, like, a named attack like the girls do.
Oh, really?
Which is called Tuxedo La Smoking Bomber.
That's fucking awesome.
He only uses it, like, once, but he's just like...
Well, considering this new show is supposed to be more on the manga,
yeah,
maybe we'll see that.
Well, I think in the crystal logo, there's has the space sword kind of for the T, and that's like really important in the manga because basically behind Sailor Moon, Sailor Venus is next in charge, and she like they actually go to the moon in the manga. They're like, okay,
what is this, Final Fantasy 4?
Yeah, we gotta go to the moon and like learn your past and shit.
Maybe that's why on the poster the moon is very prominent in the background.
Yeah, and like I forget exactly what happens, but Sailor Venus kind of like, whoa, just check out the sword, okay, guys, and she fights with a sword.
I don't think Sailor Venus has been introduced yet in the Hulu episodes.
She comes way later.
Okay, because it's only Moon, Mars, and Mercury so far.
Yeah, you're gonna have a lot of filler with just those three.
Yeah. It's kind of sucks though, because I'm watching like this first arc. I'm probably gonna be repeating now when I watch the new series. Mm-hmm. So, and the fact that Hulu only releases 2 episodes a week. Can't wait 150 weeks from now to finish that series, or 100 weeks from now.
Are they showing the whole all 200?
I'd assume so. It's every episode uncut, uncensored.
That's awesome.
And then they're releasing the new English dub of that in the fall.
Because the last season never made it to the U.S.
I think they've already shown like an episode that never made it to the U.S. Like, because it was super dark. And I was like, holy shit.
Yeah, there was a lot of episodes they cut.
Yeah.
The Deke dub.
Because basically they did that because, I guess because stuff wasn't appropriate or something for kids in the U.S. and then they had to they kind of rewrote it in their own image essentially, so they had to cut episodes that kind of didn't fit that as well. Yeah,
they did that a lot.
I've only seen one like clip of the dub, and it was when Tuxedo Mask like reveals himself, and holy shit, I don't know how you withstood that dub, because it sounds fucking terrible.
It's amazing, isn't it?
Oh my gosh, I can't believe he's Tuxedo Mask. Fuck.
You have to like. There is a compilation somewhere on YouTube of like the funniest dub moments. Like I almost pissed myself when I watched that because that was what I grew up with.
Yeah.
God damn. So that's really exciting that they decided to redub it. Like hopefully, I mean technically it still is a show for girls, but definitely the original Japanese version is more serious.
I like what I'm seeing from the original Japanese version. It's still really goofy, but yeah, there's still the touch of like, this is fucking serious. Yeah. Even though you can kind of tell like it's a 90s anime, so their budget probably wasn't that great, so since they reuse assets all the time. Mm-hmm. Here, let's shave off 20 seconds off this episode and let's reuse this attack animation again.
Yeah.
And the weird thing is that I've heard sound effects from other animes from that time. Like I heard a sound effect from Dragon Ball in there, and then I heard a sound effect from Gundam Wing in there as well. Which fucking freaked me out. I was like, that sound is when a Gundam gets cut in half with a beam saber. Why is this in Sailor Moon?
What sound is that in Sailor Moon?
I don't remember, but I heard it and I was like, what? It's in one of the early episodes, so if you want to go back and like see it, you'll probably be able to pick it out, but yeah, that was fucking weird. But yeah, I'm excited to see Sailor Moon. What do you think about like the visual style they're doing for this new series? Because I've heard a lot of people like freak out about it.
Yeah, a lot of people don't like it. Honestly, I'm excited for anything new.
It looks more like the manga than the original show did.
I think it's whoever is directing. I think they've had a hand in the Pretty Cure series, which is kind of like this. It's basically boy is to girl as Super Sentai is to Pretty Cure, kind of, basically. It's just this huge group of magical girls, and they're on their like 14th season or something, and
Damn.
they have crossover movies, and it's literally like 50 girls in blinged out in magic girl costumes, like karate fighting, and it's great. I love it. Warms my heart. Magical girl stuff holds very, very special place in my heart, obviously.
Yeah.
So I think just like the shape of their face is definitely kind of influenced from the newer versions of Pretty Cure. I honestly didn't really have, I don't know. I'm just like, yeah, sure. If that's how you're going to update it, that's fine.
You're like, goodbye me. Let's go for it.
Yeah, I don't care. I'm really excited to see something new from Sailor Moon.
To me, it almost seems like it's someone trying to make a show that would be made in the 80s or 90s, but drawing it in 2014.
Right, digitally.
Yeah. Like, it looks kind of weird, but I'm like, yeah, whatever. And I do like how they have the original voice actresses in there as well from, like, the original show, so I'm like, don't have to change anything. Goodbye me.
I forget her name. But yeah, she's still kicking.
Not dead yet.
I can definitely see Naoko Takeuchi style in the new character designs, because the limbs are very elongated, very shoujo. That's just her style.
Which I did see like people freaking out about that on Tumblr. Then like they're like, did you ever watch the original anime? They were kind of like that too.
Yeah. It's just whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever.
New Sailor Moon. Thumbs up in both of our books. So besides Sailor Moon, which obviously is probably going to be your top pick for summer 2014, what else are you looking to dive into?
It is like
pun intended.
This is a lot of sequels.
Yeah. A lot of like, this is season 2.
Yeah.
Or it's a remake.
I got to get my swimming anime on.
I think I'm gonna watch that.
Go for it. It's dumb. You're gonna laugh.
And considering I basically told you everything that happens in the first season, with never watching it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I would assume I'm up to speed on everything. All I know like about this new one, they're introducing a new character. That's about it.
I guess, yeah.
And they're gonna swim.
I really enjoyed it. Yeah, it's gay as hell, but geez, it's fun. It's a really fun show to watch. I had a lot of fun watching it last year in the summer.
And it's Kyoto Animation, which...
Yeah, so it's pretty.
Yeah.
It's very pretty.
It's the show for girls, so if there's any guys listening and they get pissed off about that show, shut the fuck up.
It could be for guys, too.
Oh, I mean, yeah, totally, but there was, like, this huge outrage when it first came out. I was like, why are they doing this? Blah, 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 blah.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
alright, you guys don't have enough panty shots?
Yeah.
It's like, woo!
I'm glad you picked up on my dive right into that pun I did there. What else?
Okay, well, if we're gonna talk about sequels, Hana Monogatari, sequel to the huge Monogatari series.
I'm looking at that right now. It looks like a chick with bandages on her.
Yeah. Basically, there's a group of, it's basically a harem anime, and it usually looks at each girl, and it looks like this series is going to focus on her this time, because she didn't really get much screen time in the last series.
Yeah.
Each usually has, because it's basically about demons possessing these girls, like, very drawn from Japanese folklore. And it looks like this time around she's going to be the focus, I guess.
I do see one of these genres written on here is vampire.
There are vampires, yep. Because the main character was once a vampire, but he was cured of that.
Yeah.
They don't really go into that. It's like that whole thing was like a prequel movie that I haven't seen yet.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, he's like, yeah, I used to be a vampire.
Yeah, I was a vampire once. Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah, and
now I'm not.
Like that kind of gets brushed aside until way later. So
yeah.
Yeah, so I mean Shaft, always really interesting direction, animation.
Head tilts.
Yeah, that is like head tilt city. Yeah.
I want to take a drive down to Head Tilt City.
Yeah.
What else out of your 12?
Or 14? I don't know. focus.
Or just whatever you want to talk about.
I'm going over to remakes, whatever. Well, here's something I haven't been into in a long time. Black Butler.
Yeah.
Or Kurositsuji, which is always a bitch to say.
Sleep Suji.
Yeah. So there was the first season, and then the second season kind of veered off into wherever, not based on the manga, and it looks like they're returning to the manga. So, I was into it way later, when I was way younger.
Yeah.
And I haven't read the manga in a really long time, and so I forget a lot of things about it. But I'll check back in.
Yeah. I always saw Black Butler on Netflix, and I just literally like 2 days ago knew the connection, like this was actually Black Butler. I was like, huh, okay.
Yep.
Cool.
Yeah. And I heard this arc is really good. So, yeah.
Thumbs up.
Maybe I'll get back into that.
One thumb up.
One thumb up. Persona 4 the Golden animation.
I'm curious to hear what you think about this. Because you are someone who has not played Persona 4 Golden.
I have not played Golden. I've only played the original.
Yeah.
So this is the final nail in the coffin that I will never need to buy Vita.
Unless you want to buy Persona 4 Dancing All Night.
Nah, I'm good.
I'm going to be buying 2 copies of that game, so I think it'll be good.
Yeah, so I'm kind of excited to see this because I don't know really the storyline around the new Golden stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I basically know what happens with Marie, whatever. Well, Marie.
Ho, ho, ho.
Oh. You are an ancient Japanese god.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm excited. I wonder if the animation is going to be as wonky as it was in the original.
It doesn't look like it's going to be. At least from that opening trailer they showed, it looks a million times better than the original anime.
Because the original anime was wonky as shit, and that was very disappointing.
And then the same people did the Danganronpa anime, and it looked wonky as shit there too.
Shit.
But I think the people who are doing this are basically the same people who have done the movies so far, the Persona 3 ones.
Oh, okay.
So,
it says A1 Pictures right now.
Yeah.
That's what I'm looking at right now.
That's what I'm looking at as well.
Psycho Pass, new edit version?
Yeah, I think it's kind of like they're, redoing everything and to get you prepped up for season 2.
Season 2! Woo!
That's something to be very excited for.
Yeah, jeez.
Oh, they're recutting it into 11 one-hour episodes with new footage. Okay. So.
Oh, new footage.
I don't know exactly where that will show up. If that'll be something like Crunchyroll will pick up or anything. But I think it'd be fun to rewatch that show.
I wasn't planning on rewatching it, but now it says new footage, so
it's probably it's probably not gonna be like a lot of new footage, but
yeah. But I fucking love Psycho Pass.
Hey, that was the first show you got me to watch from your first recommendation.
Yep.
I was like,
this is awesome.
Yeah, this show.
Space Dandy 2. I did not finish the first season of Space Dandy.
I did not get into that show at all.
So I don't know if I wanna. I should probably finish the first season. Yeah, I don't know. That was a question mark.
Yeah.
Sword Art Online 2.
There you go.
Oh boy.
Yeah. I haven't watched that show. All I know is people hate it, and I'm just like,
I have mixed feelings with Sword Art Online. I think it started off really strong, and then it got fucking weird. I don't know. Maybe because basically each arc takes place in a new game.
Yeah.
So maybe this will be cool. I don't know.
Something to check into and see.
I'll give it a shot. Yeah. So that's really it for sequels and remakes and stuff. Some new shit I'm really looking forward to.
New shit.
Zankyo no Terror.
Yes.
Looks pretty cool.
Which is directed by the same person who did Cowboy Bebop and Samurai Champloo.
Oh, so Watanabe?
Yeah.
Fuck. All right. I didn't know that, so I'm all the way in now.
I remember seeing this back I think around winter, the kind of the first tease of this, and I was like, that sounds pretty interesting. I'm kind of into this.
Cool.
And that's coming out. Yeah. Let's see.
Tokyo. Oh wait, are you looking up when that comes out? Or?
No, that comes out this summer. So.
This summer.
Yeah.
Okay.
I believe I could give you an exact date if I can find it in here. That's the only thing. Everything's sorted by dates. Oh, that will be hitting July 11th, so around the time Persona 4 the Golden animation hits. So second week, technically, I guess, of summer
Cool.
season. Yeah. 2 weeks.
Tokyo ESB looks kind of cool.
Let me see here.
It looks really quirky, and I like quirky.
There's a panda with a hula hoop.
Yep. That's up my alley.
I'm hoping this Tokyo Ghoul show is literally just Ghoul from Persona 4 with Vinny's voice in Tokyo. Hey guys! I might actually watch that because I think it's like it's supposed to be like a horror.
There's a lot of hype around that one too.
I might check it out. Let's see. Obviously, the sequel of Hamatora I'm going to be watching, like we mentioned earlier.
All right. Glass Slip, which
I think I might watch that.
I don't know if you've ever watched anything by PA Works, but it's absolutely gorgeous.
I'm going to look on their Wikipedia page right now.
One of my favorite animes of all time was animated by them, Hanasako Iroha.
They did a Professor Layton movie? What?
Yeah.
Weird.
Oh, Professor.
Oh, they do the animations in all those games too. Huh.
Mm-hmm.
And then I guess they also partially did production on the Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood movie, the first Evangelion remake, and also Blood Plus and Darker Than Black. Huh. Interesting stuff.
Yeah, so they got some chops. I didn't really like the last one they did. I dropped it because I was like, yeah, it's boring.
Yeah.
But this looks nice. Dream to become a glass artisan.
It sounds kind of interesting,
nice.
so.
Yeah, nice slice of life.
I'm totally down for some slice of life anytime.
I love me some slice of life. Slice.
What else was there?
I've heard a lot on Tumblr about Dramatical Murder.
Oh, the Boys Love game?
So the Boys Love one?
Yeah.
I might give that a try. I don't know. You don't sound very sure about that one.
It's a Boys Love game.
Well, yeah.
And apparently, I guess, like, all the trailers, they're kind of like, they're not showing any of that stuff at all. Like, they're making it seem like a completely different show than what the game is supposed to be.
What it actually is.
Yeah. They're like hiding that stuff, like, yeah, maybe we'll show you that stuff later.
I mean, I've heard a lot of stuff about it.
Yeah, apparently
I think
it's pretty popular.
Cool. Yeah. I don't know.
At least on the Tumblrs.
On the Tumblrs.
That is also... okay. That's a weird company that's making that. Because that's the production studio that did Hamatora originally and the Danganronpa animation.
Oh.
Weird.
Okay.
So it'll probably look really janky.
To get my fluffy shoujo romance feelings on, I'm gonna watch Al Harurai.
Yeah!
Yeah, you're onto that? All right.
You know, gotta get some of those in. And it's by Production IG, so...
That'll be good.
That's interesting.
I might have read part of the manga when I was younger. I forget. But yeah, I need something fluffy.
I might watch Aldnoah Zero, which is a mech show that's supposed to be set in the 70s on Ars.
Yeah.
So that might be something. Since there's been no Gundam, like real Gundam shows in quite a while. Besides Build Fighters, but I really don't count that.
Come on, looks kind of cool.
I think I read something about this, or like when I was trying to do research for this fantastic show we do, I read this and I was like, oh, that looks kind of interesting.
Yeah, so more slice of life.
Slash comedy.
Slash comedy.
And
Gekkan Shoujo Nozaki-kun looks like another stupid fluffy.
It's supposed to be a romantic. Whoa.
Yeah. Sorry.
I'm echoing.
Sorry about that. But yeah, that seems to be.
That's pretty much about it.
Yeah.
And then there's some random OVAs that are coming out as well during this time.
All right.
Like the K&K one, like the episode 0 is supposed to be like a prequel to that show.
Yeah.
2 years before the show happened. It's kind of a bummer.
I mean, no. What?
Well, it's not going to feature every character, is the only thing.
Yeah, that's stupid.
but
Whatever.
there's supposed to be more One Week Friends stuff that's coming out on their Blu-ray releases. So
When the fuck is the Tamako Market movie coming out?
hasn't it already came out?
Yes, but I need it to come out on like DVD
Oh,
so I
okay.
can watch it. 'Cause I need that. Need it.
Well, let's see here. I want to say there's supposed to be a Watamote OVA coming out this summer, but maybe it got pushed back to fall. That's a weird show. Did you ever?
I have no idea. I have no idea what that is. What is it?
It's about a very socially awkward high school girl.
Oh, yeah. I've been meaning to watch that.
It's a weird show. It has the weirdest intro, I think, because it's like a death metal intro. Fucking weird.
Awesome.
You will get all the the most secondhand embarrassment from that show.
That might be painful for me
It's
to watch
very
then.
painful.
Oh
yeah, and then
crap.
the Kill la Kill special comes out in September.
Fuck yeah.
I'm very excited for that because it's supposed to be the graduation episode.
What does that even mean?
Exactly.
It's not like anyone went to school.
And I guess they're remaking Tenchi Muyo in fall.
Oh,
That's weird.
2014, huh?
Fucking 2014's weird.
Yeah.
What the fuck, 2014? I forgot what I was looking for. Now I remembered. I don't see Tomoko Market Blu-ray release anywhere. Nope. Unless it's under to be announced. Maybe. Let me scroll. Oh, this is all stuff that's supposed to come out because like the third Persona 3 movie's in here. You want to talk about the Persona 3 movie while we're here?
Oh yeah, I watched that.
Because that was a thing that came out.
Yeah.
You were not that pleased with it, if I recall.
This is funny because when I went to visit my friend that lives in the Adirondacks, we spent like 3 hours talking about Persona 3.
It's a fucking good game.
Yeah. We were just getting our Persona on, basically. I think it's because it focuses on the most boring parts of the game, the beginning.
Yeah.
I mean, no matter how they portray the main character, it's not going to be the character I played.
Yeah.
So he was acting like an asshole, and I just can't be mean to anyone, not even in games.
So in that game, you could technically be an asshole to pretty much everybody.
Yes. Also, I played as a girl.
That is true as well. Did you never beat the game as
A guy?
Yeah.
No.
Huh.
No. Like every time I'm like, I should play as a guy now. Nope.
I mean, I literally did that like just recently, and yeah.
Yeah.
I think I liked female version better.
Yeah. Well, they fleshed out way more of the characters more. The characters in your party.
Yeah, definitely. Because you actually
Like-
social link with them compared to the vanilla version, where it's like, nope, can't social link with any of these people unless it's the girls, and you're just gonna date them.
Yeah. It was the first time they implemented the social link system.
Yeah.
So I guess they were still working out the kinks.
Mhm.
And after they did Persona 4, they kind of went back and just like, okay, we should actually give attention to the characters who are in your party.
Yeah.
Like Shinjiro. Yeah, but he was just like in the movie. Like I liked that he was sassy.
Yeah, he's very sassy.
He definitely had some sass to him, but he was a jerk. But I think throughout the 3 movies, you're gonna see his character change, especially when they introduce Aigis.
Yeah, definitely.
Like I was feeling the lack of Aigis hard.
Yeah.
I was like, this needs more robots.
Needs more robots. Needs more dogs.
Needs more
Needs
robots.
Dogs.
Needs more dogs.
Yeah. But I think they kind of like had to make him kind of a piece of shit
Yeah.
because he didn't really like want to become friends with anyone, which just seems really weird. That seems like a huge contrast to the game, and he just didn't have like this fear of death either. Like he was like, what do I have to live for? Who cares?
Yeah.
So I think they kind of portrayed that kind of well, but yeah, it definitely hinders from the fact that the first part of that game is really bad and just really slow.
It's slow. Yeah.
Though compared to the Persona 4 animation, the combat in that movie was fucking pretty good. Because they don't just fight with all personas. They're like, we have weapons! We can use these!
Yeah, it was cool.
Yeah.
Definitely.
I did think it was kind of weird that they established a relationship with him and Fuka like super early on compared to the game. But,
Yeah, so I'm really looking forward to the The new one.
Yeah. Get some Igus on.
Need that, I guess.
And then the third one, get your Ryoji on.
Eh.
You don't like douchebag other transfer student? Almost kind of spoiled something there. I'm good. I think I'm more curious to see what they do with the supposed fifth movie of that. Like, if it's just going to be a better version of the answer, or what exactly they do.
Oh, wait, slow down. I thought there was only going to be 3 movies.
No. The third movie is only going to come up till they're doing the seasons in the titles as puns, right?
Yeah.
So Spring of Birth, Midsummer's Night Dream, and now Falling Down. They still have to go up into winter.
What the fuck?
And then, so there's supposed to be this stamp you get when you bought the first movie, and they would stamp your card, and there's 5 slots on that card.
Okay. Wow, that'd be really weird if they did Fest stuff.
It would be way better than what they did on that disc, so. So hopefully they do like a completely way better retelling of the answer story than.
Yeah, the answer is.
Fuck.
Weird. Yeah.
It doesn't help that they just completely ramp up the difficulty on you as well when you try to play that.
Yeah. Holy shit.
So I was like, I'm just gonna watch this on YouTube. Don't care.
Yep, that's what I did too. Actually, after I beat the portable version, I was like, well, I'm gonna go and play the Fest stuff just to see what that's about.
Nope.
Fuck the combat in that game.
Yeah.
That you cannot control other party members.
Yeah. Fuck that.
Yeah, that's the problem.
So.
I'm so glad they fixed that.
Yeah. So maybe they'll do that, or I don't know, do some compilation with female MC.
Yeah, maybe they'll fucking use the female character, which doesn't make sense because Theodore is in Persona Q, but not the female character.
You mean Theodore's in Persona Q and Persona 4 the Ultimax Ultra Suplex Hold? Which I don't understand how he's in the fighting game. Unless it's supposed to, call back to the duology of Persona 2 and the alternate timelines.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's the only way it would make sense.
That'd be cool. That'd be really cool.
I mean, there's supposed to be rumors that, the new character Sho is supposedly a offshoot of Tatsuya, the Persona 2 main character.
That'd be so cool.
Yeah. I mean, we'll find that stuff out, when that game comes out.
Like, they're actually linking all the games together.
Yeah, I think that's what they're kind of trying to do, or allegedly, because no one knows really anything about that game yet.
God, I love some Persona 2.
Except Tadachi's DLC.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Did you not know that?
Nope. I thought it was included.
First run copies of that game get the Adachi DLC for free, which comes with him as a playable character and his own story mode that unlocks after you beat the Persona 4 storyline.
Well, fuck. I want to play as Adachi. Adachi's like one of my favorite characters. He's such a dick.
And the weird thing is, like, I don't know, like, whose side is he on. Like, I don't think he's supposed to be with Sho, but I don't think he's technically with the Persona 4, like the Persona.
He's a free agent.
Yeah, he's essentially he's a free agent.
Yeah. Come on, man.
It's gonna be, if that September 30th release date is true, that means we only got like 3 months until we can play that game.
Yeah.
And then still no one knows when Persona Q is coming out.
I don't know why. I'm just thinking November.
I think I did see a release date, because I did pre-order that game from Amazon.
Ooh.
Along with Ultimax and Danganronpa 2.
Whoa, money bags.
Yeah, whatevs. Pre-order it now so I can ensure having 2-day shipping.
Right.
Though I did. Oh, the release date for Persona 4 Arena Ultimax has now been pushed back to November 25th.
Ooh.
on Amazon, but it also says September 30th as well, so I have no fucking clue. Let me click on this and welcome to the Anime Podcast, where we just talk about Persona games. Because fuck it, who cares?
Sorry.
It's a good outlet to talk about these games. And then the release date for Persona Q is supposed to be September 2nd on Amazon.
Woo!
But that's for the super premium edition that I pre-ordered.
Oh my god, you're kidding.
It was the only thing they had on there, though, so I didn't have really much of a choice.
September 2nd, you said?
September 2nd, yeah. Well, it still says September 30th for Ultimax.
It's the day before I start grad school.
This, though, says Persona Q is coming out on November 25th.
That's interesting.
So that kind of fucking sucks, though. Because that game came out first in Japan. Like, it's out now. It came out this month in June. And then Ultimax comes out in August. So I don't understand why they would need to flip-flop them.
Sorry, I yawned.
It's a bummer.
Yeah.
It's a bummer. Oh, they do have the standard version of Persona Q up now you can order. But for $80, you can get that cool 3DS XL case, the soundtrack, the art book, and then 11 tarot cards, even though I have a full set of tarot cards.
You're crazy.
Yeah. And I think Ultimax comes with that fantastic Teddy Bot bag and then the other half of the tarot cards. The Teddy Bot bag.
I told my friend about that, and she wouldn't believe me.
It's totally true. You can look forward to that now. And you go to GameStop's website. I think there's a picture of it up on there. It's pretty great.
Q's gonna be $50.
Yeah, it's basically following the Shin Megami Tensei 4 pricing. Just fucking blows.
Jesus Christ.
But I think like the first run copies of that game will come with the soundtrack and then the tarot cards. So I think that's kind of what they're trying to justify the price to be, but yeah, fuck that. Nintendo first party games don't come for fucking edition? Yeah. Nintendo first party games are fucking $50.
The highest they are $40.
Yeah. So hopefully if you can get that on the eShop, it's like $35 or
Atlas,
something.
what? Yeah. I might just do that.
I mean, hopefully. I mean, SMP4 I don't think ever did come out on eShop. If it,
no, it is.
Oh, but I think if it is, it's not like that much discounted. So yeah. And then Persona 4 Dancing All Night comes out in November in Japan, which I will be purchasing that. And then in America, like in winter or spring, along with Persona 5. I'm so excited to play that dancing game.
America.
Get all them fun songs to play along with and rhythm.
I know you are.
And then I can like text you and be like, what does this say? I'm confused. Why are they killing off all these characters in this dancing game?
Oh no, I have to play translator.
For brief times, yes.
I have to play translator.
Yes.
Oh no. I'm just gonna see how much I don't actually know.
Eh.
Oh, I've never seen that cartoon before in my life. Oh gosh.
So yeah, summer anime. Pretty packed.
Too bad I have a 2DS, so I can't get that stupid 3DS XL.
You should just get a 3DS XL.
Well, money doesn't grow on trees.
Yeah.
Jerk.
I'm sorry.
I need money to eat.
Nah.
Yeah.
Easy to eat.
Shin Megami Tensei 4 is $26 right now on Amazon.
Have you been playing that at all lately, or?
No, I'm gonna get to it.
Yeah.
Because right now, well, I got real deep back into Animal Crossing.
Which you've been deep into that game since you've got it.
No, I've been kind of, ever since I came home, I've kind of been, like, annoying it. My neighbors have been getting mad.
Yeah.
But because I visited my friend, and she's always deep in Animal Crossing.
That kind of got you back into it.
Yeah, I brought my DS up there because they don't have any Wi-Fi or cable or anything.
You got mice.
So I got mice. Holy shit, do we got mice. She killed 24 mice. 24.
When you told me that, I was like, in a day?
No.
I was like, are you fucking getting overrun with mice? Are they going to take over?
No.
They're going to take you hostage?
No. Yeah, so my week window's full of listening to the loons and the mice and yeah. The Adirondacks.
Good old mountains in New York.
Yep. Northern New York. Forgot what I was talking about.
I don't know what we're talking about either. Anime.
Okay. Anime. Ask me anything about anime.
This is our AMA for anime.
Yeah. I'm senior anime.
Senior anime editor. And the greatest co-host of the Seasonal Anime Checkup.
Also the only co-host.
Exactly. That's why you're the greatest.
Oh.
And loveliest.
Oh.
So, I think that's going to do it for the second episode of the Seasonal Anime Checkup, as we kind of got off course there for a little bit, but it's still relevant stuff. I mean, we're talking about a game series that's having a show come out in summer 2014.
Holy shit! Downton Abbey season 4 is on Prime Instant Video. Oh!
Man, I didn't know Downton Abbey was an anime now.
Yeah, Anime Maggie Smith is
I mean, speaking of good animes, I did just finish Breaking Bad last night.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Do you feel, like, empty?
Yeah.
That's exactly how I felt.
Fuck. Those last 5 episodes are pretty
Yeah.
good television. That Ozymandias episode, that's a fucking good television.
I'm trying to watch True Detective, but I keep falling asleep.
I need to finish that as well, because I started it when I was up in your neck of the woods. And then when I came back, I never picked it back up.
I tried, and then I was like...
It's a slow show.
Matthew
McConaughey.
That's the worst.
But yeah, this is episode 2 of the Seasonal Anime Checkup. We will see you in, like, what, 3 months, probably?
I don't know.
That's about, 12 episodes, 3 months. Sure.
Can't count.
By the time by the time you hear us again, it'll at least be cooler outside, probably. It might be Jacko weather, which is obviously the best weather ever. None of this fucking 90-degree bullshit that we're dealing with right now. Fucking and super storms and all that stupid shit.
Woohoo!
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 So yeah, next time we will give you our thoughts on every single summer anime show we watched. Hopefully it's not 14, because I don't think I'll be able to remember all that. Or maybe you will. Maybe you'll have like 20 episodes or 20 shows by the time we reconvene.
Who knows?
And then yeah, we'll talk about fall 2014, and it'll basically just be a huge hype session for Psycho-Pass season 2. Yeah.
Yeah.
So remember to make another appointment with us for episode number 3 of Seasonal Anime Checkup. We will see you in the fall.
Bye.
Okay, technically this isn't the end of the podcast because I'm a big dummy and forgot to add something to the end there that I should have, and hopefully I can record this without any more tornado sirens happening in the background, which that kind of just happened twice. So, if you like podcasts like this and want to hear more, you should head on over to soundcloud.com/markoutdarkout, or open up iTunes, go over to the iTunes store, go to that search bar in the top right and type in Mark Out Dark Out. You can subscribe to us there, and you can listen to a bevy of podcasts that we've produced, like the first episode of the Seasonal Anime Checkup, and this one, which obviously you're listening to right now. If you want to hear more podcasts from us, podcasts, we have Mark Out When It's Dark Out. It's a podcast about wrestling, video games, and occasionally anime, but usually like once or twice a month, more like once. And yeah, we talk about wrestling and video games for the most part. If you want to hear about sports, not sports anime, but actual sports, we also have the CNC Sports Connection. It's kind of like watching SportsCenter, except without having to deal with assholes. Well, for the most part. So yeah, if you want to support us, go ahead and do that. Listen to us on SoundCloud or on iTunes, whichever's more convenient for you. And if you have questions, comments, thoughts, inquiries, or whatever you want about the Seasonal Anime Checkup, we don't technically have an email address set up for this podcast since, it's only quarterly. But, go ahead and shoot an email over to markoutdarkout@gmail.com. Hit the subject line with Seasonal Anime Checkup, and we might read it on the next episode of the Seasonal Anime Checkup, or we'll just read it on an episode of Mark Out When It's Dark Out, because I technically don't know the password to that email address. I should, but oh well. So, yeah, this is now the end of the podcast, so cue that outro music.